Or when the risk is greatest. We'll have much more on West Nile coming up in our later newscasts. Well, a fire at a chemical plant in Custer County is burning itself out. That's about 90 miles west of Oklahoma City. This was the scene overnight at the Danlin Industries plant near Thomas. Now, this plant supplies chemicals to the oil industry. Homes were evacuated. Some roads were even closed. Right now, crews are keeping an eye on hot spots. No one was hurt. The Tulsa Health Department is going after an oral surgeon accused of running a dirty practice. The agency wants its money back from Dr. Scott Harrington after testing thousands of his patients for hepatitis B, C, and HIV. Officials at the health department are asking Harrington or his insurance company for $710,000. The cost for testing 4,200 of his patients for a month straight. The announcement comes the same day officials tell us they're 100% certain one patient got hepatitis C at Dr. Harrington's office. It was from a patient-to-patient transmission.
One event of patient-to-patient transmission of hepatitis C is significant. It shows an obvious lapse in infection control practices or in safe injection procedures.
5 patients tested positive for HIV. Right now, CDC officials are genetically testing those to see if they link back to Dr. Harrington's office. Take a look at these numbers. The health department tested 4,202 patients. 89 patients have hepatitis C, 5 patients have Hep B, and 4 HIV. But they tell us they don't have enough evidence to link those other cases to Harrington. A volunteer firefighter will learn his fate today after intentionally setting several fires. 19-year-old Toby Hadley pleaded guilty to 4 arson charges earlier this summer. That's when he lit several fires in Muskogee and McIntosh counties. Officials became suspicious of Hadley because he was always the first one on scene. A Sand Springs man is arrested accused of kidnapping and molesting a 13-year-old girl with a developmental disability. Sand Springs police say they found the girl Monday in Christopher Hamilton's closet. Now, according to the police report, the girl told a nurse that Hamilton put his hand in her pocket and down her pants. This case is now in the hands of the Tulsa County District Attorney. A worker at the Washington Navy Yard says it's still not quite normal there today, and it probably won't be for some time. An employee spoke as he headed to work at a building across the street from the one where 12 people were shot and killed Monday. Workers admitted feeling apprehensive about returning to their jobs today. The latest on the investigation into the attack today on 2 News at 5 o'clock. Well, new this morning, former Tulsa City Councilor and mayoral candidate says he will not endorse anyone for mayor. Bill Christensen says this morning he's not backing Republican Dewey Bartlett because Bartlett is not a true conservative. But Christensen says he's not supporting Democrat Kathy Taylor either. Well, it has been nearly a year since ODOT closed Lewis over I-44. This is the final piece in the expansion projects that's been ongoing for the last 5 years. Crews are working on a new bridge over Lewis and the new roadway underneath. Now, the old bridge is closed, and that's where traffic is moving now. The project is now slated for completion in fall of 2014, which means just one more year of waiting and detouring. That closure has taken a toll on some local businesses. With the lack of traffic in that area, there's been a major dip in customers, and some say it's keeping new businesses from opening.
That used to be a Domino's down there, and it's been vacant for a couple years, and I'm sure they're wary to come in, but then again, they have to look at it and a positive thing and know that it's going to be better.
ODOT officials say vehicles will be diverted to the new roadway while construction starts on the other side. That shift could happen within the next few days. Well, today is the deadline to submit proposals on what to do with Tulsa's former Barnard Elementary School site. That school had to be demolished after a fire last September. The superintendent told us he hopes to find a buyer who will fit with the historical neighborhood. TPS had a $1.3 million offer from a nursing home developer, but there was little support from neighbors. The board plans to schedule a meeting with neighbors to discuss the best options. Well, one of Tulsa's oldest ethnic festivals is kicking off right now, and 2 News reporter Patricia Santos is live at this year's Greek Fest in downtown Tulsa. Good morning, Patty.
Hey, good morning, Dina. I want to show you right now, this is what you will find at this year's Greek Fest. Delicious pastries like this. You can see there's some missing here. We just couldn't wait. I want to show you the background here. You can see there's a huge tent. The lunch crowd is already here for the start of the festival today. This morning, organizers gave us a look behind the scenes here as volunteers got everything ready for the festival. Now, inside the kitchen, they're preparing all of the Mediterranean favorites, including lamb. They started prepping for this back in June. Now, this is the 53rd consecutive year for the festival. Funds benefit Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church here in downtown Tulsa, and they hope to bring in roughly $275,000 to help pay for the church bills. Now, if the weather cooperates, they're expecting to see anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 people at the festival. It continues until 9 tonight and from 11 to 10 Friday and Saturday. Admission is $3 after 4 p.m. The small Greek community here in Tulsa hopes the community will really come out in support for them.
Important, you know, we feel like we have a very rich culture, so we like to share it with the whole community and everything. So we're pleased to have people from the Tulsa area come out and experience what the Greek culture is all about.
And the festival really revolves around food, dancing, as well as Olympic Games. Parking is going to be a little touchy out here, but there is parking at 13th and Guthrie. Live in downtown, Patricia Santos, 2 News, works for you.